you surprised by today's figure off the back of Germany's numbers yesterday?
Well, today's figures were probably not as much as a surprise as were yesterday's German figures. And I think this is a surprise which cannot easily be explained away by, say, the timing of Easter, and especially considering that such low figures are really happening in Germany, which has been growing, of course, at a reasonably strong pace in recent quarters. Certainly will play into the deflation doves, if you like, at the ECB's hands.
So does this seal the case for ECB action on Thursday then? And what do you think they'll do?
Yes, I think the case for them to do something has definitely been sealed now. And our base case is for rate cuts of all key rates by 15 basis points. So taking the deposit rate also to minus 15 basis points. And in addition, also liquidity measures where we're also going for a conditional liquidity facility, plus, of course, the extension of fixed rate, full allotment and forward guidance. But this should be no more than a footnote, given the other measures on the rates front and on the liquidity fronts that are likely to be announced.
But Christoph, is that going to be enough, though? Many economists we've been speaking to have said that the ECB will fall short of doing enough to pump liquidity to stave off deflation.
Well, it depends on what kind of view you do have on deflation, and especially the danger that basically comes out of deflation. I think it will likely not be enough to leave a lasting impression on the markets. And here, of course, it is important to reconcile what the market is discounting relative to what I've just said we are likely to see. And if I'm looking at year-on-year forwards around just 4 basis points later this year, even with this 15 basis point rate cut, which I think is more than most houses are predicting, even with this, I think realized rates will not fall as far as the forwards curve is currently discounting. So therefore, long story short, I think the market will be very briefly impressed, and by the start of the new reserve period, I would say next week on Wednesday, people will realize actually, especially on the rates front, this is not leaving a big difference, and therefore the market will then start to probably price in again further action.